If you like the video or any other content on the channel, feel free to subscribe. We're getting closer and closer to 500, so subscribe if you like the content.
This is the King of the Coast map today. It's going to be the same map every time. We're going to keep it static for the first season here, for the first, 12 matches or something like that. So we have the trees. You can go through the trees with your soldiers. If you're inside them, you get -1 to hit and the benefit of cover. But if you shoot at the trees, you are also -1 to hit. And vehicles cannot go through the trees. We have the big rocks in the middle, and those are impassable. Same as the train here, that is impassable as well. The ruin walls are passable with infantry and beasts. You can smash through them. And we're doing take and hold and chilling range. Just simple, just to keep it full of tactics and all that fun stuff. So we're going to do Orks versus Salamanders for the first game today. Let's see how it goes. Alright, so this is going to be my 750 points for King of the Coast for the Salamanders. Starting off, we have 3 Eradicators, 5 Scouts. The Warlord will be the Gravis Captain, and he has no enhancement, and he is with 3 Flamestorm Aggressors. And this guy is going to be my Librarian Proxy, so it's going to be a Librarian with 5 Furnace Marines, a Lieutenant with the Champion of Humanity enhancement, so he can ignore modifiers, and 3 Blade Guard, and finally just 5 Intercessors. That is the list. It comes to 750 points exactly. No named characters. Now let's see how it does against the Orks and the King of the Coast.
Here are 740 points of Mecha Orks. I have 3 Death Dreads, all with 3 claws each and a custom Mega Blasto. I have 3 Killicans with Gratsukas, 3 Death Coptas, 2 units of Gretchen. I got a Knob in there because I can't find my other herd dude. And then 1 mech with no enhancements. 740 points.
Alrighty, so for the deployment for the King of the Coast, for my Salamanders, I have a lot of stuff behind the train here. I have the Intercessors and the Gravis Captain with the Aggressors. I have the Infernus Marines with the Librarian over behind the trees. I scouted my scouts up here to try to grab this objective early, but there's a lot of stuff close to me. Eradicators are in reserve, Blade Guard, and the Lieutenant is behind this wall. And then we have all this Ork fun here. We got the Death Copters here. We got some Death Dreads waiting here to pounce up onto this objective. Gretchen on this objective. Another set of Gretchen right behind them. Another Death Dread. His Killicans are there as well with the mech. So he's all ready to pounce on some objectives, same as me. So it's going to be a battle for the middle, I think. It's going to be a good time. All right, on to first turn roll. 3, 6. Orks go first. Turn 1, Orks got engaged in all fronts and no prisoners. CP is 1-1, going into Orks movement. Okay, so Orks turn 1 movement. Just shuffled up the board. He didn't want to advance and get too far ahead and then kind of get him in range of my flamers and some of my charges. So, pretty smart move. Just kind of shuffling ahead, get closer to his objectives. These Death Dreads over here do have some shots onto my Intercessor, so he's going to shoot one of those at me, and so let's see what he does to my poor Intercessor. So critical wounds for his, is it the Death Dread shooting at me? Both of them?
Yep.
All right. Oh, do you get to roll for each Death Dread?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So the first one has crits on 6s for whatever.
No, this is the hit. Now
yeah.
It's the wound.
Now, if he wounds me at the 6, it'll be AP 4 because he pressed the button, and that's what he got with the...
What's your toughness?
Toughness is only 4.
Well, I need 2s.
Yeah, I'm in cover, so I need a 4. I do not get it. Damage.
D6.
Uh-oh.
6.
6 damage. That is 1 dead Intercessor.
It's a 5. Another critical.
Whoa. So another crit. So this guy, once again, if he gets any 6s on his wounds, it'll be AP, an extra AP.
Nothing.
And these Death Dread weapons are hazardous already. He didn't press the button. He did do the roll, so it did make it hazardous too. But he did roll a 1 on one of the hazardous. So he did take 3 damage on one of his Death Dreads. So the second Dread did miss me, but the first one did take out one of my Intercessors. I think that is his turn. Nothing more to do. He's going to toss. Card, you're going to toss their friend
Engage on all fronts.
He's going to toss and engage and hold on to no prisoners. And we're going to go on to Salamanders turn 1. Score is still 0-0. For the Salamanders turn 1 draw, I did get cleanse and capture enemy outpost. I am up to 2 CP and Cody's up to 3 CP. On to my movement phase. For the Salamanders movement phase, a little tentative. I didn't want to get too far. Plus, my advances were quite low. I did advance, got a 1 on the advance for the Blade Guard just to get ahead here towards this objective. A 2 on the advance for the aggressors, got ahead a little bit here. I might take some shots next turn, but we have to march forward. Scouts moved ahead of here to cleanse that objective and probably to their doom. And I put the Infernus Marines into the trees. They will be able to be shot now, but they'll be at -1 to hit and get the benefit of cover. Radicator still in reserve since it's a turn 1. I'm going to move on to the shooting. My shooting phase, I'm just going to cleanse this objective. There is nothing to charge or shoot, so I'm just going to throw away capture enemy outpost, get 3 points for cleanse. The score is 3-0, going on to turn 2 for the Orks. Alright, so for Orks turn 2, Cody does get assassination, and he still has no prisoners. He does get 5 points for this objective. Bringing the I guess he's wawing this turn as well, and the score is 5-3, going on to his movement phase. Cody's movement phase, he is going to use on his little killicans. He's going to use Super Fueled Boiler, and it's going to give him Assault, and he can reroll his advances. So I cost him a CP, he's down to 3, and I'm at 4 as well. For the Orcs movement phase, the Wah phase, he is flying up the board at me. He is now on all the objectives in the middle. He's pounced ready for some charges. The Death Dreads are probably going to murk up my poor scouts, and they might even get some charges into the Infernus Marines. They can't make it into the ruins, but I'm standing right outside the forest, so they'll be able to chop me. And we also have the Death Copters back here with more of the Killicans ready to charge into my aggressors and Blade Guard. So we're going to the shooting phase. See what Cody can shoot me with his Orks. Well, once again, the first Death Dread is shooting into my Infernus Marines, and he got a 6, so he has criticals on the 6s of the wounding.
Failed every time.
Failed every time. The next one, who's he shooting at?
Same people.
Same people, okay.
That's a 4.
Ooh, what's a 4 give you?
The 4 gives me...
Lethal, maybe?
No, it's the... Yeah, it actually is lethal. Oh, look at you.
Pew, pew, pew. Ooh, you got a hit, though.
1 hit. Strength 9.
Oh, 2s.
Well, then this Death Dread is going to shoot...
Into my Infernus Marines as well. What do you get?
A 1. So
Ooh.
he gets sustained.
Ooh, okay.
Yep. Sustained 1. So 3 shots. That's 2 6s.
Ooh.
Misses once.
2s to wound me.
And that is 4 wounds.
4 wounds.
-2.
-2, so -1 because I'm in cover, so I do need 4s to save these fellas. I save 2 of them. What's the damage there, buddy?
Oh, D6.
Oh,
3. And 6.
oh, that is 2 dead. You want to do some hazardous rolls?
Yes. So that is 1, 2. There's 3 hazards tests. And they go.
No, that's good. Okay. So I did lose 2 of my Infernus Marines. I'll take out the 2 front ones, and hopefully I can stop from being charged because I am pretty much into the trees now. So he's shooting all of his Grotzukas into my poor aggressors. I'm going to pop Armor of Contempt for 1 CP, see if I can keep them alive.
2. Sustained.
Sustained. So sustained on Grotzukas, all shooting into my aggressors with the Armor of Contempt.
So these are the D3 shots. So this is strength 6, hitting you on 4.
Oh, okay.
1, 2.
6s are sustained as well.
You betcha, buddy.
Strength 6, 4s to wound me.
So that is 5 wounds at no AP.
5 wounds, no AP, so I do need 3s. Yep. Ooh, I failed 3 of them. How much damage each?
1 damage each.
Kills an aggressor. Death Copters now into my same squad.
Ooh, it's 1
Sustained. Alright, so he has 7 shots from the Death Copters into my aggressors. Sustained on 6s.
No. Well, yep, there's 1.
Yep.
Yay! 3.
Mm.
Oh, 1 wound.
1 wound. AP?
Mine is 2, so it'll be 1.
-1. So I do need a 4 and a 5. So I do make a save on my aggressors from the death copies.
Cool, and that's it for shooting.
Alright, so the shooting is over. I did lose 2 of my intercessors and 1 of my aggressors. So probably going to go on to the charge phase.
He's going to charge your
Furnace?
Furnace Marines.
Okay.
Perfect.
In charge.
So,
Okay.
he's charging up over there. This gets a 6. That sucks. I will spend a CP to re-roll that one.
He's trying to get a 6. He's trying to re-roll so he can get this fella in here and chop him up real good.
And that's
4. And he failed that charge, so when he failed in that charge, he can't get a second Dreadnought or second Death Dread past the first one, making him kind of stuck there.
He's going to charge.
My poor aggressors. Alright, this Death Dread into my aggressors.
He gets a 7.
A 7, that's probably in.
So then my
Yeah.
Ratsukas are going to charge your aggressors as well.
Okay.
And that's a 5. I don't think they make it.
No.
A 5 would get me right there. So yeah, nope. I need
5 doesn't make it. So the wild charge has luckily kind of snagged up on themselves, but I still have the 1 Death Dread into my poor aggressors. So we're going to go to the melee and see how that goes. Pop Armored Content on my aggressors, and Cody's going to push the button.
I get a 4.
4, so that's lethal hits on your melee.
Bitch.
Ouchie.
So hitting you on 3s.
Yeah. And 2 lethals.
2 lethals. So I hit you 4 times.
Yeah, strength.
Ooh, gross. 13.
13.
I'm going to CP reroll.
Oh, strength 13, 2's wound.
Oh,
I only their toughness 6.
I'll reroll on those.
Okay. So
So
that's 6 wounds. So I got to roll these probably. How much damage are these each?
3 apiece.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I got to roll them 2 at a time. What's the AP?
AP's -2.
-2. It becomes -1. So I do need 4s to save my poor aggressors. Nope. Ah, gosh. I need them to live. I got the CP reroll. Spending my last CP. See if I can make one of them live. Okay, we got that. We rolled again. So I do have still 4 more to go. Another one. 3 more to go. He's dead. Now we have 2 on the captain. He has a 4-up invuln. He makes both of them. So the captain's alive, but his friends are dead. That is the end of the combat turn for the Orks. I did do 2 wounds back to the Death Dread, but I've lost my aggressors. And Cody's going to hold on to Assassination. He does get 2 points for no prisoners for killing my aggressors. So the points are going to be up to 7 to 3 for the Orks going into Salamanders turn 2. So Salamanders turn 2, we draw Deploy Teleport Homers and Behind Enemy Lines. Not the best cards. I do get 5 points from my objective, bringing me up to 8 points. So the score is 8 to 7 for the Salamanders. Let's go into my movement and see if I can clear out some of these Orks from my lines. I moved the Blade Guard with the Lieutenant up. I need to slow down these Killer Cans. I kept my Grabs Captain in there. Hopefully his half damage ability will keep him alive. Just battle with this Death Dread here. Move my Eradicators out to get some shots onto these Death Dreads. Move my Infernus Marines out. I need everyone on deck to get some shots onto all of this stuff here. I did leave my Intercessors to cower behind this wall. They do have Sticky, but with my Bolters, there's nothing I really want to shoot yet with them. We're just going to stay behind there and cower. So onto my shooting and see if I can get any wounds off onto some of these stinking Death Dreads. Alright, so I did the pitter-patter shots off camera from the Blade Guard. Did nothing. So now we're going to shoot. 2 front guys have Meltas, and they're within Melta range of the first Dreadnought. The second guy is not, so he's going to shoot his multi-Melta into the second Death Dread. So the first one, you are a vehicle, so we can reroll hits, wounds, and damage. 3s. This is the Melta shots first, so I do need 3s to hit the big fella here. We can re-roll that since he is a vehicle and we are Eradicator and they hate. Well, that's a miss. 3 to wound. I could re-roll that since they are Eradicator and a vehicle. That is a wound at AP 4.
AP 4. 6s. 3.
Alright, so this is D6 plus 2 damage. Well, that's cocked.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's a 3.
a 3. They can re-roll their damage as well. I'm going to go fish. That's halfway. We want something better. 8 damage.
8 damage.
Yes.
And
How much
that's the
wounds
first
does this
one?
thing have? Yeah.
8 damage.
Ooh.
Deadly demise. Nope.
So the re-roll of the damage was well worth it because the Eradicators have the ability they can re-roll their hits, wounds, and damage into vehicles. So that is the first Death Dread down. And the Multi-Melta shooting into the other one. I do need 4s to hit since it is a Multi-Melta. 2 shots. A 4 and a 3 can re-roll one of those hits. To a 5 and a 4. Once again, we need 3s. And re-roll that one. That's just 1 at AP 4. God, so even if he gets misses it, damage, I'll take that. So he takes 5 damage.
He did.
He already took some wounds before.
He exploded.
Oh yeah, he took the hazardous. So the 5 damage does kill him. Did he explode?
Yeah.
Oh, he blew up. So I think you're just going to catch all of these guys, really. So it's, or you might be close to your mech too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess how much damage of explosion does it do? D3?
D1.
Just D1?
Just D1.
So the Infernus takes a damage, the Scouts take a damage, and the Mech Boy takes a
Is it
damage.
6?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so we're going to go on to some more shooting. I did do the Infernus Reigns off camera. I did take another wound off this Death Dread, so he's down to 5 or something like that now. So for now, we're going to use I'm going to shoot the Librarian at him. I'm going to use the Focus Witchfire, so it will give me hazardous, but a little more strength on the shot. Here we go, D6 for 3. Hitting on 3s. That is 3, 6, 6. I could use that next time. Devastating wounds, hazardous. Okay, so I'm going to be wounding on 5s. 6s will be dev wounds. Well, it's only 1 at AP 2, damage D3. I can fully see you, so.
Ooh, takes it.
Ooh, you take 1 damage. Could have been better. For the shooting phase, Salamander's not a bad shooting phase. I did want to get rid of 3 Death Dreads. I've got rid of 2 so far. So let's see what I can do here now. So we'll do some charges. We're going to charge the Blade Guard into these Killicans here. And a 4. They do make it, but just barely. Long bomb charge with the Intercessors onto this Death Dread to see if we can get a few more extra bodies on there. A 5. Well, that ain't happening, and we ain't going to re-roll that. So we're going to stay here. Blade Guard here first. I am going to use one of my CP, so I'll be down to 1 for +1 to wound. So I will be wounding these Killicans on 4s, I do believe. The Lieutenant gives me lethals, just because it's built in. So he is lethal. 6 are lethals, 3s are hits. And re-roll all my hits, just because they are the awful moment target. Also, I would be fast, but +1 to wounds brings me to 4. So do you need 4s to wound these things? We're going to do the Captain next, because we're all the same AP and damage. He hits on 2s, though. It's all hits. Once again, 4s.
10, you say?
Yeah, so that's 10 at AP 2, damage 2 onto these Killicans.
5. Save.
So the Blade Guard were able to kill 2 of the Killicans and bring one down to 1 wound. And he is too far away now to pile back into me. So I do get that objective, but now this Death Dread gets to swing. He's going to grasp Captain. He's still in the wall, so it's going to be 7 attack. Hitting on 3s. Oh, you didn't do your... Didn't press your button.
Ooh, there's a 3.
So that will be lethal.
3.
2s. Alright, so that's 4 wounds onto my Gravis Captain. I do need to save a lot of these so I can go through. So I does have a 4-up invuln. Let's go. Yep.
Ooh.
Pass 2 of them. They are 3 damage each. He does half damage, so he does take 4 wounds. So he's down to 2 wounds left, but he does get to swing back. Okay, so that is the end of the turn for the Salamander's turn 2. I don't get any of these objectives, the secondaries, so I will toss both of them just because I want to get some behind enemy lines and deploys a little hard. Right now, I need to clear up some more of these Orks. So we're going to go on to turn 3 for the Orks and see what happens. Okay, so Cody, he still has Assassination for turn 3, and he drew Defend Stronghold. He gets 5 points for this, bringing him up to 12 points. So the score is 12-8 for the Orks going on to turn 3 movement. Orcs movement for turn 3 for King of the Coast. He just shuffled onto this objective with this last Killacan. Moved his mech fella so he doesn't get shot. And I think that's all his movement. He's going to go into some shooting and see if he can kind of plink down some of my Salamanders before he charges in. From the shooting phase, he's going to shoot his Death Dread into my Captain. I am going to use Armor of Contempt. Critical, okay, so I do need now, even my Armor Contempt didn't really make a difference. He did go roll a critical to 6, because now extra AP, so I do need a 4-up on my invuln here. A 1. I'm going to spend my last seat. Oh no, it's a Captain, so I will spend the Captain's ability to re-roll. Alright, I do need a 4 or he is dead, I do believe. A 2. What's his damage he does?
D6.
Oh, roll it up. If you roll a 2, it doesn't kill him. Ah, that's a 6. So my Gravis Captain is dead. And that's big because that frees up this Death Dread. So far in the shooting phase, we did do the Killacan off camera. We did do a wound to my Blade Guard. So here comes the Death Coptus.
2, the sustain.
So they're going to have sustain grody.
So that's 1, that's 2 shots, that's 4 shots. I love it. And no wounds, but it's twin links.
Oh, there you go.
And that's 6. There's 1.
Okay.
-2.
-2, so I do need 4. Fail. How much damage?
3 damage.
Oh, I needed that. I needed him to live. So that's a Blade Guard dead. So it's 2 Blade Guard and then Lieutenant left. And that would be it for the shooting phase. He did do it pretty potent. He was able to kill my Gravis Captain and one of my Blade Guard. Here comes the Death Dread into my Eradicators. I'd rather him not make that one. And these coppers are going to be charging my Blade Guard. So this is the Mr. Death Dread first. An 11. That makes it for sure.
And then Death Coptus. 11.
Another 11. Double 11s on his charge. They're eager to get in. They weren't eager last turn, but this time they are ready for the crumpin'. Death Dread into the Eradicators. He rolled a 3, so he will have lethals into my Eradicators. 6 attacks. Stay on 3s. Please don't kill me. I want to live.
Hit you on 3. Ooh.
2s.
Oh, I needed those 2 2s, so that's 3 wounds.
Okay, so I need a 5 here. I need some 5s, at least one of them to keep my Eradicators alive. Yep. Once. I'll keep my multi-melta guy alive. Death Coptus spinning at me now. Hopefully he doesn't get a bunch of sustained hits or lethal or something like that. I prefer the AP since I have an invuln on them. And Cody's going to use the CP and tank shock with his Death Coptus into my poor Blade Guard. He does need 5s and 6s. I do see 2 6s there. So I have a Blade Guard down to 1 wound.
Hitting you on 3.
Spicy.
I got 2 6s.
Yeah, you got some 6s. And strength. What is the strength of these things?
Strength 5.
So it would have been also 3s to wound me. Alrighty, so the Death Copters did get 10 wounds through. 2 of them will be at the extra AP and 8 at the regular. So I do need 2 at AP4, or AP2. So I do need my invulns. Fail 1, save 1. So I do lose my Blade Guard there. And then I have the other 8. And these are AP1.
0.
AP0, okay. AP0. So I do need 3s to save. Not the best. Blade Guard dead. And I take a wound onto my Lieutenant. Very potent turn for the Orcs. He was able to kill all my Blade Guard, bring my Lieutenant down to 4 wounds. He did kill 2 of my Eradicators in the combat phase. So that does give him Assassination because he was able to kill my Gravis Captain. With Assassination, that brings him up to 17 to 8. And he is going to get Defense Stronghold at the end of the turn because there's not much I can do about that one. So we're going to go into the Salamanders and see if I can pull some miracles here and push back some of these Orcs. For Salamanders turn 3, I do go up to 1 CP. I did draw Engage in All Fronts and Storm Hostile Objectives. I do get 5 victory points for this one and 5 for this one. The Oath of Moment this round is going to have to be this Death Dread because he does need to go down. Going into my movement phase, see if I can steal me an objective. Okay, so I'm keeping myself in the game here with some crafting movement. Advanced my scouts onto this objective and was able to daisy chain these kind of together. So I was able to steal this objective for storm hostile objective. I fell back with my lieutenant. My eradicator did not pass battle shock, so I cannot fall him back. But what can you do? And so we're going to go on to the shooting phase and see if I can kill this Death Dread. And that's pretty much my goal for this round, is kill this Death Dread. So on to the shooting. Let's see what happens. So I've shot with the Intercessor so far and done no damage to the Death Dread. So now it's up to this Infernus Marine unit. You need to fail both of these, or I'll have to use my...
Pass them both.
Pass them both. Okay, I'm going to use the Focus Witchfire from my Librarian again.
Much better.
Reroll the Odie Modi. Much better. I just need one of these 6s. I need Strength 6, so I do need 5. 6s are devastating.
That's 2 6s.
2 6s, and that is D. 3 damage.
So 2 wounds remaining.
Are you dead then?
Dead then.
Takes. Ooh, he takes 5 mortal wounds. Does he blow up? Nope. No, he does not. Okay. Librarian, hero, cleared up this. So that is my turn. I'm not going to charge anything. I did advance pretty much my entire army. So I do score Storm hostile objective. So that is going to bring me up to 23 points to Cody's 20. We're going to go on to Orks turn 4. For the Orks turn 4, he does get 5 points for this and 5 points for this one, bringing it up to 30 to 23. And he did draw Overwhelming Force and bring it down. He threw Bring It Down away, so he picked up Cleanse. So his Cleanse and Overwhelming Force scores 30 to 23 for the Orks, going on to turn 4 movement. While Cody's moving his stuff, he did move his Deathcopters. I'm going to overwatch him with my Melty just to see if I can get some 6s, to see if I can take some of these fellas out. Can reroll, because they are my target of hating everything. No 6s. We need 6. 1 6. 3 to wound. That's a 6. So EP 4. So I did do 5 damage to this Deathcopter. I did take 1 out, but I don't think that's going to be enough. But still, Hero Multi-Melta-Man doing work. And I got mortal wounded by these Deathcopters because he flew over me. Alright, so Cody's going to use Daka on his Death Dread, so he will be rerolling his hits of 1. He was considering pushing it, so he reroll all the hits, but he's getting a little low in units. Going to my poor Infernus Marines.
This is a 6
critical. So he's going to have more extra crits, so that actually will probably help if he can get some wounds through. My saves will be even worse.
See what I get for shots here. 4 shots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hitting you on 5, so... Oh, there's 2 1s in there.
There was 2 1s in there.
So I get
reroll them.
Oh. And I wound you none.
Reroll none. Okay. Alright, he's going to reroll.
Hey.
Okay, and what's the AP on this band?
-2.
-2, so he needs 5. That is a 6. The Infernus Marines are safe from the Deathcopter shooting with a 6 on the save. Ork turn 4, shooting phase is over. Not a bad phase. He was able to take out my lieutenant, but he did kind of bounce off my Infernus Marines. So charges are coming in now. I'm guessing these Death Dreads are going to be charging into... Where are you coming?
I'm going to make a multi-charge.
Multi-charge my scouts and my Infernus Marines.
That is a
9. Eager Beavers, they are.
Eager Beavers.
Yeah, so charge is successful. And let's go on to see what happens.
I'm also going to tank shock.
He's also going to tank shock me. Going to have 8 dice, 5s and 6s.
5.
With the turn 4 for the Orks, it did get Overwhelming Force, so the score is up to 33 to 23, I do believe the score is. And we're going to go on to my turn 4 for the Salamanders. Alrighty here, so for turn 4 for the Salamanders, I do get Investigate Signals and Extend Battle Lines. I do get 15 points on the primary, 5 for each one of these ones here. It does bring me up to 38 to 33 for the Salamanders. And I'll just go on to my turn and see if I can kind of get ahead of Cody here. So for Salamander's turn 4 movement, we just moved these 2 units back away from this death copter because we want to see if we can kill it with the hero eradicator. And if we can kill that thing left, it'll take out most of the threat, and I should be able to get the win. But we need to be able to take this thing out. So we're going to shoot the multi-melts into him. This will obviously be the Oath of Moment target. Hitting on 4s, re-rolling. A 6 and a 1, and a 4. Ouchie, we do need 3s to wound. Can re-roll. That's 1 at AP 4. Doesn't get a save. You take. Can re-roll because you're...
Dead.
He's dead. So that does kill the Death Copter. That will be my turn. There's nothing else I can do. I fell back with all the units. I do get overwhelming force for killing something on the objective. I get extend battle lines for 5 points. Orks turn 5. He does get capture enemy outpost and investigate signals. Gets 5 points for this one. 5 points for this one. Bringing it up to 43 to 43. Going on to the movement phase for the Orks, turn 5. For the movement, not bad. He might be able to steal himself the win, because he might be able to get quite a bit of points this turn. He moved everything up to get some shots onto these scouts, see if he can take them out. Move these guys back here to investigate signals. And then he also moved forward here to try to get some charge. He did use the stratagem, so I think it's the super fuel something so he can reroll his advances and give himself assault. But he brought himself close enough to my eradicator. So I'm going to spend 1 CP, see if I can kill this thing. So if I can take this out, it'll stop him from getting captured in the outpost. So I do need some 6s. Get to reroll. 2 4s. Come on, hero. Nothing. So now I have the killer can shooting at my poor intercessors here.
I don't want to kill them all, so thankfully,
you shouldn't.
And I forgot to roll it, but no biggie. So that's a 6, it's 1 wound, -1. Yay, saves it.
Saves it. I think we have some pitter-patter. We'll do a little bit of pitter-patter off camera from all the stuff and see if we can take up the scouts. And we'll come back for the big charges, because this is what matters right here. If we get this is a big 8 points for him. Your charge.
That's a wound.
80.
And it's a critical.
Extra, so what's it make now? AP a million? Ooh, thank you.
AP4.
That this kills one of my intercessors right out. So he doesn't capture enemy outposts. So I do believe that's probably going to be the game for him. We'll go to see what I get in my turn, but I think that is going to be it for the Orks. Alrighty here. So we're at the end of the game now, just because we went through turn 5 for the Salamanders quickly here. I was able to capture 3 of these objectives. I did draw Assassination and Tempting Target. He made this a tempting target. Wasn't able to get to it. Wasn't able to get Assassination. The final score was 50 to 58 because Cody was able to kill my Graf's captain for the Warlord, giving him an extra 5 points. His Warlord survived. Neither of us at the end of the game were in each other's deployments. Nothing for the line breaker. So that, once again, is the game. Score 58 to 50 for the Salamanders. Great game for the first game of King of the Coast. Pretty fun style. It's neat having just only such little units that when you do lose a couple mobs, it does make a huge difference. So that was a fun game. Thanks for coming, Cody.
Yeah, thanks.
Once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by.